Good evening, everyone. We got round one here of the Arcanum Vault. Looks like we got X-Vice versus Ace as well. On Ace as well being on Cassia Gold Knight. X-Vice being on Haraza the Incinerator. Looks like a Candles versus Sockets match. Oh, we got Diamond Sapphire Candles, so PA Turbo. PO Turbo versus, looks like standard sockets. I'm going to say Ack as well. His hand is pretty good. Looks pretty keepable. Consult Talons are going to be a little slow, but the Dark Heart with the double Winter's Grasp is definitely merit to keeping it. Also, Wax Ackerman off one is going to be good, deploying a blocker. I definitely think this hand is definitely fine versus sockets. Bit of a delay here. There we go. The replay. X-Vice mulliganing. Interesting mulligan. However, we did get rewarded. We found the altar. Very crucial in this matchup. So we are going to see that drop Wax come down in one. Looks like it's just going to be Kate Ruby Shard and pass for X-Vice. Ooh, rip the Clash Steel. Clash is good. Clash is a good pickup here. We just got to find that third shard. All three coming down. Runebind, still no third shard. This could be troublesome for Ack as well. The Cassia Gold Knight player. Probably going to see Quench and Ender come down here, I think. We're just going to net him a card off of altar. There it is. We are going to burn a Winter's Grasp. Cosmic Calling isn't going to find us a shard, but ooh, we found a Light the Votus. Light the Votus is good. Get our Light the Votus going here. We found our Ruby Shard. Our second Ruby Shard here for our Sockets player. So I think we're probably playing that Ruby Shard, and we're probably Fate Weaving some gas. Ooh, we're gonna run with the Animus here. Interesting. Okay. However, this Animus gets to live, which it most likely isn't. We do have two other Animuses in hand, so and getting in 4 damage here is actually going to be pretty big. Another Winter's Grasp. Hack as well. Kind of starting to get a little behind here. Ooh, and we are going to go ahead and concede there. Cassia Gold Knight player never found the third shard. It's kind of sometimes an unfortunate thing with the Diamond Sapphire PA Turbo deck. It just kind of happens. I guess we'll see what game 2 brings. Alright, so we're back for game number 2 of our first match of the night. Sockets versus Turbo PA. Turbo PA player kind of stumbled last game. Kept I guess you could say roughly a bit of a greedy hand, but I think that hand was probably fair to keep. Unfortunate just the way that it worked out. Didn't draw his third shard. But he definitely had all the tools needed to win that game. Oh, this sounds fantastic on the True PA side. Warp Steel into our third shard. Gives us a blocker. Ooh, our Sockets player also has a fantastic hand himself. That Sentry coming down on 2, going to reduce the cost of all of his troops. Pretty aggressive start. Looks like we picked up an MC. Sentry into MC is going to be a great way to start. We will see that Warp Steel come down. Which he technically would be able to trade both his troops for that MC. And we are most likely Fate Waving a shard, because we do need to hit our third shard drop. Okay, so we're going to see the Trickster come down first. That's a fair card in this matchup. I like that play. I think here the Turbo PA player needs to, yep, there we go, Heart's Whisper. Just keep finding shards, keep digging through its deck. Make sure he's hitting his Dark Heart on curve. Unfortunately, we're going to be a turn slow, but if we can go Diamond Shard into, say, a Rune Bind, we'll be in pretty good shape. Or if the Sockets player, X-Vice here, commits too much to the board, it's going to make his Clash look really good. So we're going to see swing. I think the follow-up play is... Okay, so the Quench Ninja's coming down. Still no MC. Interesting. However, we are going to get to Banner next turn. This is where we get a Dark Heart on curve, and I think being the True PA player, you have to go for the Dark Heart. And there it is. We're going to see it come down. Some synergy there between Dark Heart and Warp Steel. Going to take out the Sentry. So the Banner's going to come down, regardless of the Dark Heart. Very interesting play from X-Vice, considering Dark Heart's just going to be able to take care of that, and we're not really going to be able to get through too much here on this turn. Unless we're just going to try and go wider. However, this is pretty greedy considering he's going to play right into this Clash of Steel. So I imagine we'll see a block on the Indigo Trickster with the Dark Heart. And probably a block on the MC with the Warp Steel. Yep. Axwell down to 15. See the Clash come down. Probably going to be digging for gas, I'd imagine, with that shard. Oh no, probably a shard. Nope, never mind, gas, sorry. Charge power 4, definitely gas. Dark Heart's going to get it 4. Double Quenchinator. We've got 3 Quenchinators in hand. Very interesting. Ooh, we also have a Warp Steel with Deploy, which is going to... Looks like it's going to give Deploy plus Gladiator. So it looks like it's going to give him 2 charges. However, I still think the play here is Quenchinator to try and get your banner back out and going. However, this Dark Heart is going to be pretty tough for X-Vice to beat. Regardless of Dark Heart in this match not taking out troops, it is a very efficient blocker. And also just being able to keep them off banner and altar is very big. Considering those are the 2 best cards in this matchup. Okay, we're going to see that MC get into the unknown. Ooh, we did find an altar. Shard into altar draw or quench draw card is going to be pretty good. However, you are going to give up your altar to that Dark Heart, but I think you're digging at this point for an Animus. Okay, so it's not going to happen. I think that we were supposed to play the altar out there. And sack. Play the altar out there, play the Quenchinator. And sack the banner to the Dark Heart. Just get in for a bunch of damage. I think that was the play this turn. X-Vice is going to kind of run out of gas here very shortly. And we also picked up a Rune Bind. Rune Bind's a great pickup for the Cassie Gold Knight player. I imagine we'll see this ITU coming down here shortly against the Quenchinator. Yeah, I imagine being on the Quenchinator here. Okay, so we're going to weave. Third Quench is going to come down. We're going to see a banner come back. So we're going to see the Candle, I believe, trade with the Warp Steel. Yep. Darkheart's going to need a Quenchinator, and then we'll probably into the Unknown the other Warp Steel. Or sorry, the other Quenchinator. No, we're going to Runebind. Okay. Interesting. Heart Sister, good pickup. There's a Psychic Ascension. We have this ITU in hand. Being X-Vice here, I think you're just stacking the Rune. Hoping that you top deck. And that you're able to chip through this Darkheart. Nope, we stacked the Banner. Animus here is not going to be enough. Into the Unknown's going to take care of that, and we are going to see a Psychic Ascension the next turn. Ooh, second Darkheart. This is where you jam the second Darkheart. Second Darkheart currently is greater than the Psychic Ascension at this point. But we are going to see the Psychic Ascension come down, though. Crackling Tide is the pickup. Rips a shard off the top for X-Vice. I don't think it's going to be enough, though. I think X-Vice is on the back burner now. And Axwell is just going to continuously draw. There we go. The advantage from the Turbo PA was definitely going to be too much there. Fortunately, the Socket stack just wasn't fast enough to get underneath him. So we'll move on to game number 3 here. Alright, on to game number 3. X-Vice now on the play. Sockets on the play versus Cassia Gold Knight Turbo PA. This is for all the marbles. It'd be interesting to see how the Sockets player fares in the on the play here. I've played the Turbo PA deck quite a bit, and I do believe the Turbo PA deck is actually favored versus Sockets. I think the match is actually very much in your favor. Not a whole lot, but I guess I'd probably say 55-45 or even 60-40. The Turbo PA deck just kind of just goes too wide that it could just stall against the Sockets, and honestly, Darkheart, the turn 3 Darkheart is off, say, Cosmic Calling, or even a turn 4 Darkheart is almost too much. You can just wall up and just draw cards. And just outvalue the Sockets player, or the Sockets deck. The Socket deck is just almost too slow. It operates more of a mid-range deck. However, pretty great hand on X-Vice's side of the table. How about Cassia Gold Knight's side? Not a bad hand. A little shard heavy, but you could definitely run hot off the top of your deck. We have some interaction in the form of Runebind. So we have a way to answer Altar. So we're going to go ahead and Ice, probably Fate Weaving a Shard. Wax Increment's going to come down. So we'll definitely see a turn 2 Altar here for sure. No reason not to. Here comes the turn 2 Altar. Pretty interesting looking hand on Cassie Gold Knight's side of the table. Probably see the Warp Steel come down here. Nope. Okay, swing first. Okay, there's the Warp Steel. Probably Fate Weaving Gas. We've got 2 of the shards in hand. We are going to get to see the turn 3 Consult on 1, which is going to be super good on the Turbo PA side. That's kind of the best case scenario of the deck. We did pick up another Runebind too, which means we've got lots of interaction. We've got lots of ways to fight our opponent here. So we're most definitely going to see the turn 3 Consult. There it is. So we found a Guidance, another Consult, and another Shard off that. Runebind the Altar here. I do like that play. It is a little risky because your opponent could top deck a Shard. Ooh, we found a Quenchinator. Quenchinator is going to get Banner going. This is going to represent a lot of damage. Because we are going to be able to go Ruby Shard into Quenchinator. We're going to be able to battle over that questionnaire with the Runebind. We're going to come across the table for 9 here. That's a pretty serious hit. Cassie Gold Knight really needs to find a Dark Hurt or Clash here. Light Devoted is a pretty good pickup. We're going to go ahead and rip that Runebind. I believe at this point you're cutting off Banner. Yep. Light Devoto's come down. Now get a blocker. Ooh, rip. This is not looking good. I think this actually might wrap it up for the Turbo PA player here. I think we got 1, 2. Unfortunately, we didn't find another troop. No Skraeus Forge Fist there. Interesting. It wouldn't have represented game, but I think it was still fine to play that out there just because you had the second altar in hand. And opponent would have been down to 4. But this is definitely going to give the Turbo PA player a chance to stabilize and come back into this. So we're going to see Assault. Ooh, it's going to meet the verdict. That verdict was very, very good. So we are going to see a weave. However, that does make our Turbo PA player tapped out, and that is going to be it. I don't really like the weave there. I think you're just supposed to let that happen. You can deploy some blockers, that's fine. And you can also kind of just... Well, let me think about his hand. No, his hand, I guess, wasn't good enough. I don't like the weave there. Still. I think I almost don't like the... I don't like playing the Consult there, too. I think it was a bit of a misplay. I think you were supposed to just hold up weave at that point and block to survive. At that point, and just hope that you drew a Clash off the top or a Dark Heart. But good game on both sides of the field. X-Vice will be your winner. You'll be going 1-0 in the next round. All right, here we are, match number 2. We've got Lime Killer, looks like Mono Blood on Bardock the Butcher versus Dr. Kumaquat on Plague Root the Hollow. So probably Deathcry deck. Yep, looks to be. And oh, Lime Killer on Blood Ruby. Alright. Just gonna lead off with a Blood Shard. Ruby Ice. I imagine Lime's probably digging for gas here. We get many turns to discard. Probably going to see the turn 2 Thought Clock here. Yep. Thought Clock are going to be pretty good in this matchup. With all the removal Limes playing. The question is, are we going to see the... Nope, we're not going to see the Violence Crest come down here. Probably debating on whether or not we're doming the Violence, or doming face with Violence Crest or not. I imagine we'll see the Promiscuous Succubus come down here. So Lime is going to give our opponent a card. Ooh, and he finds a Dark Heart. That's really good. Can't really abuse the Dark Heart's power. But finding a Dark Heart, not bad. Okay, so we're going to see a Blightbark Poster. Yeah, losing that Dark Heart for Lime is very unfortunate because that's going to be a very clutch card in this match. Oh, we have a Blight Bramble in this deck. Sweet. So I imagine we'll see the Blightsteed Cultivator come down here first and try and trigger... Okay. So we are going to see the Blightbark get shot down. Burst to get shot down. Follow up with Promiscuous Succubus. Unfortunately, Promiscuous Succubus ain't the best on an empty board. So Lime could definitely capitalize here and try and remove that. And we are going to see him do so. Just so we don't get the Succubus Deathcry trigger. Vampire Prince coming down in a Deathcry deck. Very interesting. Another Violence Crest. We are just cycling Violence Crests like crazy on Lime's side of the table. Void Star's Gaze is the pickup for the Plague Root Hollow player. Interesting choices here. Not hitting Shard 5 is definitely not great for him. He hasn't been able to establish a board presence, unfortunately, this game. And Lime is about to gain his advantage back here with his charge power. Which we are, I imagine, going to see. Yep. Playing this Blightsteed Cultivator out for no value is very interesting. Ooh. We found a... What's the name of this card again? Found a Candlelight. Candlelight is a great pickup for Lime here. So we are going to go ahead and take the 3. And I imagine we'll probably see that Candlelight go to the Dome here at the end phase. Yep. So Candlelight's going to go to the Dome. And we have a Light Devotos in hand. So now we can start comboing our Light Devotos. What a spicy combo. We can combo our Light Devotos with the Nightfall. Which I imagine we'll see here. And then we'll be able to hold up the Hero Fall. Hero Fall will take care of any sort of problems that Dr. Kumquat plays. We did find the 6 shards though. So that this Blight Bramble might be alright here. It'll go ahead and give him the ability to wall up. I also don't hate playing the Dark Heart up here. Although you would lose your own troop to it, but I think the Blight Bramble was probably his best choice here. Insulates it against kind of any removal that Lime might have. Gives him some bodies. Nope, we are going to see the Dark Heart come down. Looking to try and thin out some of those candles. Zedek's Judgment. Free Zedek's Judgment at that. Light him up, coming in clutch. Man, and Lime is just going to steal a game like that. Clean it up. Man, very interesting deck on Lime's side of the table. Light him up combo was definitely great with Nightfall, and definitely with the Candlelight there was awesome. Sorry for the delay there, guys. Back here for game number 2. So Dr. Kumquat on the play this time against Slime Killer. Bardock the Butcher. So we're going to see a turn 1 Withering Gaze here. Kind of punishing. Interesting choice. Definitely interesting choice. It's going to slow. It's definitely going to slow his hand down here. Definitely an interesting choice. Yeah, we're definitely going to get punished for that. We're not going to be able to play this Blight Bush on curve here. It's definitely going to slow us down tempo-wise. We will see the Light 'em Up coming down. And that Candlekin will be met by the Blight Bush. Question is, are we Violet's Cresting the Dome here and making on the Candlekin? I think that's probably the play. I don't think I'd like to burn the Sabertooth on the Blight Bush. Second Blight Bush is the pickup. Probably see the Blight Burster come down here. Oh, did we miss a shard drop there? We missed a shard drop on the... we forgot to play a shard on the Plague Root Hollow side. Interesting. Must have been a misclick. Oh well. So we are going to burn the Sabertooth on the Blight Blossoms. Interesting choice on the line side. Especially considering we don't have... I guess it is going to allow us to trade the Blight Blossoms. That's not a bad idea. Promiscuous Succubus coming down here, though, is huge. I think Lime is probably going to be forced to Violet's Crest the Burster. However, the Plague Root Champion, or the Plague Root Hollow, definitely does have his champ power up, which is going to be huge with this Promiscuous Succubus. Which we are going to see the Violet's Crest come down. Lime definitely looking for a Massacre at this point. Hero Fall into a Massacre definitely seems to be his only line. Demented Whisper is an interesting pickup here. Definitely an interesting sideboard tech. Don't know if that's where I want to be against the aggressive Deathcry deck. So we'll probably see this Hero Fall on standby here, just to save the 2 damage from the Blight Blossoms. Oh, no, we saw it right away. Okay, so we're just going to take the 2 damage. Ooh, this Blightseed Corruptor is going to be great here. So we will find the 6/6. Lime hoping to champ power. I imagine do a Massacre here. That's probably the only thing that's going to bring him back. Ooh, which we don't find. So we get 2 lines here. We could kill a Blight Bush, or Blight Blossom, put ourselves at 2. I guess we're going to gain 2 from that. Or we could have domed him. And which we are going to dome. Okay, interesting choice. Grab back, light him up. Ooh, desperately looking for a... And we didn't find it. No Massacre. That's going to go ahead and wrap it up. Plague Root Hollow, taking game 2. Bloodwild Deathcry. Moving on to game number 3. Alright, game number 3. We got Lime Killer on the play. Facing off against Dr. Kumquat. on Plague-Root Hollow versus Bright Octaverture. Again, two very interesting decks. Two decks we don't see a whole lot in the format. Ooh, an Exalted Cabalist. I like that. I think Lime's got a pretty fantastic hand here. You can find your third shard off that ice. On the Deathcry side of the table, it looks to be pretty good. This Blight Knight is definitely going to put in work. We also have the Thought Collector. No wild shard though, so I imagine we'll see. Oh, actually, sorry, we have the wild the dual shard there. So on the Lime side of the table here, definitely two interesting lines. I imagine we'll see the Light 'em Up come down, just to set up this Violet's Crest to get some value next turn, because we can go Violet's Crest with the second Light 'em Up. Well, we're gonna hold Violet's Crest. Okay. So I imagine this Thought Collector is coming down. Oh, we played the Corpse Lily, which is actually just better. I expected the Thought Collector to come down there and meet this Violet's Crest, netting our opponent a card. However, that's way better to be able to Violet's Crest the Lily. Ooh, we're gonna find a Nightfall off that Zedek's Judgment. That's gonna be huge with these Light 'em Ups in hand. That's gonna be very good for Lime here. Ooh, and we bend a card, and it was a Lady Blightbark. Interesting choice. I imagine this Withering Gaze, well, I guess it has to take one of these Light 'em Ups. It's kind of unfortunate that the Withering Gaze is going to find one of these Light 'em Ups. Lime would have been in a fantastic spot had he got to cast both of them. Just being able to loop them between Nightfall. So I imagine we'll probably see the Wild Shard and see the Blight Knight come down. There he is. Alright, and we'll take two here. Find a Blood Ice. So I imagine we'll see the Cockatrice here. And it'd be interesting to see what the Deathcry player decides to bin here. I think on the Deathcry side of the table, you're probably honestly keeping the Thought Collector just because it oh no, we're going to get rid of it. Okay. I kind of like keeping the Thought Collector there instead just because it does net you a card and it represents the same amount of damage as the Blightbark Paladin. I know the Blightbark Paladin can power up your troops, but I don't think that's as good as the Thought Collector there. The Thought Collector, like I said, being a flyer and being able to net you troops, or net you cards, I think it's just going to be better overall. This Exalted Cable is coming down, seems pretty good. However, the Blightbark player is constantly emptying his hand here, which is very unfortunate. We will see a Champ Power here, though. Massacre at the top would be super ideal. Still no Massacre. I imagine we'll see the Light 'em Up come down, and we'll probably Primordial Sabertooth the Blightbark Paladin, and hold up the Hero Fall. Probably Hero Fall, actually, whatever the Blightbark Paladin targets. Nope, we are going to see the Hero Fall. Okay. Interesting. Oh, the Blightbark Paladin had the Champ Power on it. I didn't notice that. Interesting. I imagine we'll still see the Light 'em Up come down here. And I imagine we'll see the Sabertooth probably connect on the... At this point, I don't know if you could take the 3 additional damage. I almost think that Sabertooth has to connect with the Blight Blossom. Play your 1 out, take 6 next turn. Trade your 1/1 with the Blight Blossom. Yep, and that's, I think, what we're going to see. Alright, so I imagine we'll see Light 'em Up come down here. Hero Fall the Burster. So Lime down to 4. Lime not in the greatest place. This, I imagine this Lady Blightbark is probably going to seal the deal here. It's just going to be too much advantage, I think, on the Deathcry side of the table. Not really sure what Lime could top deck at this point to actually get out of this. Not even a Candlelight to be good enough. We have nothing to block, and I believe, like, there's no way we didn't put the 3 damage on this, right? Yep. So we put the reach on the Lady Blightbark. I think we're just gonna go ahead and hero fall that Lady Blightbark and call her a day here. Very good match though. Very back and forth. Very interesting. Unfortunately, Lime was just never able to kind of crawl back into that game. His opponent just applied too much pressure. But he's close. He was definitely close to stabilizing. That reach off the Lady Blightbark was definitely clutch. But good game overall. Both two really interesting decks. But Kumaka is going to move on to round number 2, being 1-0. Lime going in as 0-1. All right, so here we have our first match of round 2. A little behind the ball here, trying to catch up. We have Seafeed on Bardock the Butcher, so probably Mono Blood, versus Nightmare Hitomi on Runner, so probably another Mono Blood variant, looks like. We have the nice Hero Fall sleeves, too. Also the Kismet Draft Bride sleeves. Very nice. I wonder who's gonna take this. Will be an interesting match, definitely. It'll be a clash of the 2 Mono Blood champions. See which one's the most powerful. It'll definitely be interesting to see. Oh, we got that nice AA Massacre too. Render's side of the table, hand's not looking too bad. On the draw, not seeing your 3rd shard, or not opening a hand with 3 shards, is kind of risky. I don't know how much shards these Render decks usually play. I'd imagine it's probably 25, 26, same as the Blood. But not a bad hand at all, being able to go turn 1 Withering Gaze. On Bardock the Butcher side of the table, hand's a little slow. We do get to find some gas off these ices though, which is nice, and we have the coin to cycle on too to find some gas. Okay, so we're going to take a journey off that. Oh, looks like this is going to be a Diamond Blood deck. So we have a Clash of Steel there. Interesting indeed. Or not a Clash, sorry. Not a Clash, so we found a Clash of Steel though. Okay, so we have a Scar, we have From the Ashes and a Clash of Steel. Interesting. Still no Diamond Shard though, however. Kind of risky here. So Zadok Judgment is going to net us a card plus 2 Daybreaks. So we will see the 3rd Blood come down. Still no Diamond Shard. And having a Clash, two cards in hand that require a double Diamond is kind of painful. Not really looking good on Bardock's side of the table here. So we found a Bride. We know he's got the Strangle in hand though, so I don't think we're playing his Bride in the Strangle. I think we're probably just passing here. Play the grind game. Unfortunately missing Shard drops on Rainer's side of the table. Not too great, not where you want to be. These Massacres aren't really looking to do, or aren't really going to be doing anything in this match either by the looks of it. So we'll cycle a coin. Oh man, still no Diamond Shard. Things are not looking good on Bardock's side of the table. Definitely stumbling very hard here. Interesting choice going Clash of Steel with the from the Ashes. Hopefully we can find a Diamond Shard here, a fast one at that, and we can drop this Dark Heart. Actually, Dark Heart won't even be great here. I think play would probably be Journey. Still missing shard drops on both sides of the table. Nightmare Tommy's hand not really looking great. So we are going to run this Bride out, which will be met by the Hero Fall. Don't really like that play. I think at that point you're just okay holding and discarding. This Exalted Cabalist is going to be good though. The question is, are we going to meet this Exalted Cabalist with a Strangle or not? At the chance of losing one of our corners or Journey in hand. Nope. Still no Diamond Shard on the Diamond Blood side of the table. Very interesting. Don't really have much for troops in our bin yet, so I was going to say, I imagine the play is probably Journey here. Just take the 4. You get a 4-2 at this point. Oh, okay, interesting. Looks like we have a Diamond Blood Rainer build. We found a Withering Gaze off our opponent's deck. That's actually clutch. So I imagine we're going to be taking the corners of the world here. However, our Bardock player still not finding Diamond Shard is it's tough. So we are going to take the corners. Put him down to 20. Well, we found a Blood Diamond Shard off the top of our opponent's deck. So at least we finally get to get some Diamond. Really interesting choice, though. I honestly think at this point you're kind of forced to strangle the Cabalist after you charge power here. Just to, like, if your opponent takes a card, that's fine. However, we found a Bride, and the Bride is turned on. So I kind of like the idea here of playing the Bride out and strangling the Cabalist. And getting Cabalist in response. However, I guess that Bride would meet a Hero Fall here. I think you still have to do it. Hard to say. I also could see merit to from the Ashes in here. Yes, it would give him a card, but you would be able to... No, okay, so we are going to see the Bride come down and the Strangle. Bride will meet the Hero Fall. Ooh, we snagged a Dark Heart. And that Dark Heart is going to come down. Looks like Death Cry and Abomination. Or, sorry, Death Cry and the +2 attack from the second troop. Oh, I guess we couldn't FTA last turn. So I imagine we'll probably see... Yeah, so probably shard into FTA here. Just kill the Dark Heart, take the Dark Heart on our side on the table there, and opponent will be able to, or be forced to sacrifice. Well, I guess sacrifice Daybreak, but yeah, that's probably the only target you're gonna have. So Dark Heart switching sides here yet again. Maybe is there merit to taking the Bride here? I don't think you take the Bride here. I don't think it's worth taking the Bride here. Let's take a look at Rainer's Graveyard here. So we have the option of Exalted Cabalist, Dark Heart, or Bride. Actually, I don't hate the idea of taking Exalted Cabalist here. However, that Dark Heart is going to make a 4/4. So you kind of want some way to deal with that. I kind of like just taking the Dark Heart here, I think. I think that is just the better play. Oh, no, we took the Bride. Interesting. Okay. Setting up to maybe strangle the Abomination. Try to take it. Definitely the greedier play here. We found a shard. I imagine it'll just be Zedek's Judgment at this point. We could also clash. There definitely could be merit to clashing into Dark Heart. I don't hate that idea. It does answer his board. So imagine we'll see the Dark Heart come down here. We are going to lose our Bride to that Dark Heart, unfortunately. But it will answer this Journey into Nightmare. Which did brick. We found a shard off it. Rainer's Hand, definitely set up to answer this board, since we have the Strangle for the Dark Heart. But definitely not looking so hot. I imagine we'll see on the Bardock side here the Zedek's Judgment come down. No reason to run the Dark Heart into an empty board. Interesting, just passing. We're definitely getting punished here. Very interesting. I definitely would have liked to see the Zedek's Judgment come down. Cycle the coin, and we find a Zedek's Judgment of our own. Into another Zedek's Judgment. No hesitation, just play that right away. Into Well Retribution. Imagine we'll be finding gas to this. See the Dark Heart come down. However, we are going to have the Massacre to yet again answer his Dark Heart cleanly. We now get to start applying pressure with these Phantoms. Which the Bardock's out of the field. His life total is not that high. Not gonna waste holding these Zedek's Judgment this time. Kind of looking for a Phantom of our own. Okay, we're gonna get a draw card. Imagine we're taking the hero fall here. Massacre doesn't really affect us. Probably just hold the shard at this point. We're not charge powering at this point. Our life total is just too low, I believe, until we found something to kind of stabilize our life total. Okay, we are playing the shard out. Ooh, another zero cost Zedek's Judgment. Very good top deck. Interesting choice. Taking the, probably see the hero fall here. Nope. We're just going to go to 4. Life total getting dangerously low on Scythe's side of the field. Ooh, we just found a shard. Definitely going to be forced to burn. Oh, Demented Whispers. Probably going to be forced to burn a hero fall here. And we're just going to go ahead and scoop it up. That's going to be it. Rainer taking game 1. Interesting deck lists. 2 very different Diamond Blood decks. Very interesting deck choices. I'm very excited to see how this match plays out. Here we are for game number 2. Bardock the Butcher on the play this time versus Renner. 2 very interesting Blood Diamond decks. Didn't really see much Diamond on Renner's side of the table. Probably, okay, so we did find some post board. We got a Scouring Light post board. Kind of an interesting deck considering we're playing a fair amount of Constants too. But could definitely be powerful. Both hands looking pretty keepable. We can find some more gas with this ice. We have a journey, which I imagine will be taken by this Withering Gaze right away. But we have removal. We got a Dark Heart. I imagine, yeah, both hands look pretty keepable. So we drew a shard. So yeah, so we'll see the turn 1 Withering Gaze here. Probably turn 2 cycle the coin. We've taken that journey. Most definitely. We found another journey though. Good little top deck there. Definitely lucky. Ooh. What is this spice? We have a Crackling Torment on our opponent's side of the field. Definitely an interesting card. Look at target opponent's hand. Choose a revealed card. They discard that. Basically a 3-drop Inquisition. Just with a charge gain. Interesting choice. So we'll cycle the coin. Find another shard. Good. We're going to hit our shard drops and curve, it looks like. Yep. Probably see the Crackling Torment come down here. And we'll definitely take... Okay, we're going to take the shard. Interesting choice. But I guess keeping your opponent off shard jarbs is pretty good. Their Steel Intel is pretty real here. What do you think? Is there anything in the graveyard we could take with Steel Intel? I mean, we could steal a Withering Gaze here and Withering Gaze our opponent back. Wouldn't be too good in this case, but it might be a ideal play. We also have the merit of just running the bride out. Or we could just straight up pass. I don't hate just passing at this point. Kind of got to find our shard drops. That Crackling Torment was definitely good though, taking that shard drop away from the Bardock player. Not being able to play your shard drops in curve is pretty critical in these mid-range control matchups. I'm going to steal Bride off our opponent's deck, and the Exalted Cabalist is going to be very good here. Definitely maintaining a steady lead on Rainer's side of the field. It's just card advantage. See the Bride come down. Very interesting choice on the Bardock side of the playable, but I think at the end of the day, that's probably your best choice. Ooh. We're going to take our Bride here with a Strangle. The Rainer player is just so far ahead at this point. We have a Blood's Favor too to just keep getting further and further ahead. At this point, you're going to have to answer. A Bride with a Strangle here. Your opponent just has too much damage on board. And I'd also like to see a Shard Fate Weave to the top of the deck off this ice. Allow us to charge power next turn, generate some advantage, try and catch back up. But right now, the Bardock player is very far behind. Still don't really have anything great to take. What's the answer? Oh, we're gonna stick. Okay, we're gonna stick Crackling Torment. Interesting choice. Ooh, this Cockatrice is definitely gonna put Rainer super far ahead. So I think I'd like to see the Blood's Favor. Hopefully we draw a Fast Shard. Oh, we missed on it. Ooh, however, the what was the name of this card again? Brink of Madness. Definitely a nice pickup here. We'll kill the Bride. Brink of Madness is definitely going to be a nice pickup in these mirrors. We are going to see it take a Strangle for the extra point of damage. We have Demented Whispers. Hey, a Demented Whispers. Very nice. I think, because we didn't mill any cards there, I think it was a slight misplay on the the Bardock players' side to not Fate Weave a Shard to the top. We needed charge power there to kind of gain some cards, get back into this. I think that's probably going to cost them. However, taking the Cockatrice with Crackling Torment was pretty good. Oh, this Dark Heart with speed is probably just going to wrap it up here. We're at 2 HP. I don't think there's anything we're going to be able to do to recover from this. And he's going to go ahead and wrap it up with the charge power. That is going to be it. GG. Rainer taking the game 2-0. Kind of some interesting sideboard text there. Splashing Diamond for some what looks like sideboard text. I don't think we saw any Diamond cards in the main pre-board. Definitely interesting on Rainer's side of the field. Very interesting match. All right, match number 2 of round 2. Both these players won one. We have a PS4 player, JBA Fawful, versus Zidofus on. We have a Angus the Arsonist, so probably Mono Ruby versus a Rune Carver Dragon. I wonder if this will be the Rune Carver Diamond Sapphire control deck that's been floating around. That's kind of my bet on this. We also there could be some crazy combo deck too with all the Rune cards too with Rune Carver Dragon. I could see that. Be interesting to see here. No, so it looks like it's going to be Diamond Sapphire Control versus Mono Ruby. Diamond Sapphire Control hand looking decent. We got a Rune Bind to interact with our opponent. We can Fate Weave another shard to the top of our library. We got a Guidance Stick. On our Ruby side of the table, very good hand. We've got the turn 2 Righteous Outlaw. Man, we've got 3 Righteous Outlaws. So we're definitely going to see the Crackler come down here. Or sorry, the Live Wire Lasher. Live Wire Lasher coming down here. So we'll Guidance for a shard. We're going to play the Ice, so we're definitely going to see 4 points of damage come across the table next turn. Looking very good on our Mono Ruby side of the table here. So yeah, we'll see that Righteous Outlaw come down. 4 points of damage to face. The Diamond Sapphire Control player now has an interesting choice to make, and I kind of think you're forced to Runebind the... Nope, we're just going to leave it. Okay. I kind of felt like you were forced to Runebind the Righteous Outlaw. To try and negate the value there. However, it wouldn't have mattered. I guess we would have found the shard. So we are going to have the second Righteous Outlaw come down. You're going to be forced to Runebind one of them here. I don't know why we didn't rip the Valor. I guess we do have the other one drop in our hand to play. However, I think it would have been ripping into Valor there because that just plays in the Clash harder. Which Clash is our Diamond Sapphire Control player's kind of best play here. But we do get the Dark Art. The turn 4 Dark Art on curve is going to be pretty hard for the Mono Ruby player to beat. See what happens here. Though we might just be able to go right wider than him. Yeah, it looks like we're going to be able to. Interesting, okay. So the question is going to be a Boltwing Phoenix here. I kind of like the Boltwing Phoenix. You just get to sack it to the Dark Art and get it back. So we're going to deal 3 to face. But I kind of think it's just Boltwing Phoenix and you're just going to turn sideways here at this point. Like I said, you can sack Boltwing Phoenix. You can flip a Righteous Outlaw next turn, Valor it up, shoot the Dark Heart, swing in. Kind of put the Dark Heart in a position where it's got to trade. You're also going to be doing some reach to face. I think on the Mono Ruby side of the table, it'd be interesting to see what he does here. Taking some time to think about it. This is definitely going to be a tough play to make. Ooh, we are going to see a Valor come down. Interesting. Okay. Ooh, we found a Winter's Grasp. Question is it Dark Heart or Winter's Grasp? I think it's the second Dark Heart at this point. You kind of just need to block since you know your opponent is going to sack that Boltwing Phoenix just to get it back. And it will allow you to take out another troop. However, the little bit of reach. What's the name of this card again? It's not a very common play card. From the Stalagmage here is definitely going to be taxing, especially when you're only at 4. However, I guess the Winter's Grasp does comfortably clean up that Boltwing Phoenix, but we won't have another way to survive. He might just be dead here, actually. The Silver Talon would give him the ability to block and gain some life. Fortunately, we wouldn't be able to draw cards. It might just be the Silver Talon, actually, at this point. Because if you play the second Dark Heart, you know that Boltwing Phoenix is going to come back down with speed and try to get around you. I think at this point you're kind of stuck playing the Silver Talon to gain the 5, or else you just flat out die. Nope. So we're going to see a Dream Call in 1. Interesting choice. I kind of liked if you were going to Witcher's Grasp something, taking out the mage there. I don't know if Zdoofus read what Boltwing Phoenix does. But it's definitely not looking good. I definitely think this was definitely a costly misplay on Zdoofus' side of the field. Yeah, and it looks like it's just going to be over there. Zdoofus kind of just threw that game. I don't know why. He was not in a great spot, but he wasn't out of it. Interesting choice there. I wonder if maybe he realized he misplayed after. But I guess we'll see how the Mono Ruby fares next game. Alright, here we are back for game number 2. Zdoofus on the play on Diamond Sapphire control with Rune Carver Dragon versus Mono Ruby JBA Fawful on Angus the Arsonist. The Mono Ruby deck definitely just curved out and performed there the last game. I mean, 3 Righteous Outlaws was just brutal. That's a lot of value. The Diamond Sapphire control player had the ability to stabilize, kind of chose not to. I still, again, I'm kind of intrigued on his decisions. But we'll see in game 3 here if, game 2 here, if Zdoofus could shake it off and come out with a win. Verdict of the Ancient Kings. Interesting choice. We do have a couple points of removal in the Dark Heart. Interesting. So we are going to choose to keep it. The hand isn't fantastic per se, but probably see the turn 1 drop Chaos come down. So we'll definitely see the Ruby Shard into turn 1 Goat here. However, turn 1 Goat into double Righteous Outlaw after is going to be incredible. We also have the removal there to answer the Dark Heart. JBA's hand is looking fantastic right now, lined up against what Zdoofus has. However, finding this drop will actually going to be good. We get a blocker on the board. We get to hold up the Rune Bind. So that's not bad. So we do get a Rune Bind, this Righteous Outlaw coming down. Still, that Vandalizes hand is just huge. Oh, we're going to Runic Missile. Interesting. Okay. Just going to try and get the Goat through. I don't hate that. Interesting choice to Rune Bind the Goat. Okay. Ooh, I don't like playing the Diamond Ice here. This Verdict doesn't really do anything. I guess you can counter the Runic Missile here. You know your opponent did draw a shard, but I kind of like holding up the End of the Unknown there. Nope, we're just going to take the 1. We'll definitely see a Righteous Outlaw come down here. Yeah, I think on the Diamond Sapphire control side, you're definitely supposed to have the End of the Unknown held up there. However, we do have the turn 4 Dark Heart, which will be answered by that Vandalize. And we are going to see the Righteous Outlaw come down here. We are just going to puke our hand on the Mono Ruby side of the table. We'll see a Valor come down for sure. Probably on the Goat. Spread the damage, spread the love. Nope, it's going to be on a Righteous Outlaw. So coming across the table here for 7 points of damage. Going to put Zdoofus at 7. Dead on board next turn. Ooh. The Clash of Steel does keep him in this. Not in a fantastic spot though, but however, Clash of Steel into the Unknown is going to stabilize him depending on what the Mono Ruby player draws here. Ooh, we found a Runic Missile. So it'll definitely be Valor on the Righteous Outlaw, Swing for 4, Runic Missile for 1. I also could see merit to holding the Runic Missile just in case another Wax Sacrament comes down. But at the same time, I kind of feel like you just want to get in as much damage as possible here. Yep, which we're going to see. The Shard's going to come down because it is a win con at this point for JBA. We are going to have to see that Into the Unknown come down this turn. Ooh, Runic Missile. We're going to 1. We're going to have to see the Into the Unknown here. Which we are. Ooh, what do we get? Yay. We got a Warband Ruffian. Just a big old 5/6 coming down here. This might be too much for the Diamond Sapphire Control to deal with, and it is going to be. Mono Ruby clean it up versus Diamond Sapphire Control. The Mono Ruby deck definitely performed very well. Congrats to JVA. Good for him. We have a PS4 player 2-0 currently. Mono Ruby definitely looking strong right now. I'd like to see how it fares against more of the more relevant metagame or meta decks of the format. However, the Diamond Sapphire Control deck I definitely think has a place in this meta. I don't know if it's the right build, but definitely a good match. Here we are. Match number 1 of round 3. We have Manifesto, our newest Prismatic member. Welcome, Manifesto, on Grandfather Elk versus Tarnu on Balthazar the Elegist. I'm imagining Tarnu is probably going to be Sapphire Wild Turns. That's the Balthazar is the typical champion for that. Manifesto probably going to be on a Mono Ruby aggressive build, I'd imagine. I believe this... I've seen him play Grandfather Elk a fair amount on stream. Definitely two very interesting decks. It's definitely the best part about the vaults is you definitely get to see some more interesting decks than the bashes of just players playing. Kind of just a more explored format. The metagame is very mid-range right now. Aggro kind of finally started to claw its way back in now that we have sockets back. Mono Ruby making some appearances too. Mono Ruby deck is definitely a good choice. Was definitely a good choice for this meta. Same with Manifesto. I like the idea of being on Grandfather Elk, like just playing an aggro deck, running hot in these 4-round Swiss tournaments, 3-round Swiss tournaments. Just kind of just running through the tournament. It's a very efficient way to, for 3-1 or 4-0, get your prizes. A little bit delayed here on the stream. Not sure what's going on. Replay feature occasionally can be slow. Players may be chatting. I know Manifesto is streaming right now, so might be tied up with that. Still waiting. This was, there were games this match, so not sure why we're still paused. Did resume this. Again, one of the players might be away. Alright, we're just going to give this a quick reload here. Sorry for the technical difficulty. Oh, here we go. Never mind. We're somewhere now. Alright. So yeah, it looks like we've got... Ooh, mono... Looks like a mono ruby list on the balancer side of the table. Very interesting. Looks like a pretty good hand. And on Manifesto side of the table, Grandfather Elk looks like classic Ruby Wild Beatdown. We've got the Pile Drive, Surging Wildfire, Field Master, Bolt Spasm. Again, a very good opening on both players' side of the field. We do have the Battle of Destiny there, removal on the Mono Wild side. It'll be interesting to see here. This will be an interesting match indeed. Kind of a more mid-range Mono Wild ramp versus see if it can keep up with the speed of the Grandfather Elk. This Grandfather Elk does have the ability to combo kill with Surging Wildfire. Again, still paused here. Maybe players are just chatting. There we go. So we are probably going to see this Bolt Spasm come down, I imagine. Yep. So we'll see the turn 1 Bolt Spasm. Yeah, we'll see the ice come down. Double Battle of Destiny. Interesting. Not too fast of a start in the Mono Wild players, but we're definitely doing what the deck wants to be doing. The Pal's going to line up pretty good against the Bolt Spasm here on turn 3. Might be a little slow. So we'll see the Field Master come down. Again, no turn 2 play. A lot of Battle of Destinies in hand on the Mono Wild side. Kind of breaking a little bit. So we'll see the ice, and we'll go Bolt Spasm into Pack Mule here. We could see a Pile Drive too, just to try and close this game out very fast on Manifesto side. No, we're just going to get in for 6. Play a couple more big troops. Not looking too good on the Mono Wild side now. There's a lot of, he's facing down a lot of damage on turn 4 here. Pivot Pal coming down. Unfortunately, won't be able to Pivot Pal plus Battle of Destiny. Ooh, this Surging Wildfire coming down is probably going to clean it up too. I imagine it'll probably be too much here. Let me think. If he blocks the Bolt Spasm, takes 9, 4 from the Surging Wildfire, so 13 points. Yep, that'll clean him up. So I imagine it'll just be Surging Wildfire turn sideways here for Manifesto. Nope. It is not going to be Surging Wildfire, so we did miss lethal there. Interesting. Oh, and there's the Pile Drive, which will clean up lethal. Yep, okay. That was a fair line too. Not running the Surge of Wildfire out. Alright, back for game number 2. Mono Wild player now on the play. A little slow last game. Manifesto definitely demonstrated the power of the OTK Elk there. Just being able to turn 4 his opponent. Just lots of 1-drops. Got in, got down, got hard. Beating his opponent's face there. So it'll be interesting to see how the Balthazar player responds here in game 2. Hopefully he can shake off that game 1. I imagine we'll probably be bringing in on Balthazar's side of the table probably some Blight Bushes, faster troops, a little more blockers. Ooh, okay. This is definitely a very different hand than before. So we've got Might Singer, a couple Jubilant Jousters, and a Brosy. Not really sure if I like Brosy on this match. This doesn't really seem like a Brosy match. Manifesto side of the table, a little bit of a slower hand himself. However, we do have a few things of removal, plus the Quenchinator to power out that charge power. So I think we'll go ahead and see the turn 1 Mule, yep. And that'll be met by probably the Might Singer here. Nope, we're going to run Jubilant Jouster out, okay. Missing our 3rd shard drop still from Manifesto. Though we still have 1 more turn to draw it. So I imagine on this turn, yep, we're probably just going to play Resource Efficient, play out the Fuel Master. The Jubilant Jouster isn't much of a threat right now. We can kill it later with the Fire Strike or the Sabertooth. The second Jubilant Jouster here, though, is going to be pretty good into a Witch of the Wishing Well. Probably try and shuffle away this Brosy. Righteous Outlaw. That's a pretty good pickup. Doesn't really line up too good against the Witch here. Think you're at the point where you're probably saber-toothing the Witch. And getting in with both your troops. Just racing your opponent. Because you're currently racing better than your opponent, I think. On the Elk side of the table. Now that can change very quick with these momentum troops. These momentum troops can get fairly large fairly quick. So, okay, interesting. We'll see the Righteous Outlaw come down. Again, doesn't really pair up too well. Oh, I guess we do have the Gladiator charge on the Righteous Outlaw. That's right. Never mind. I take that back. That actually pairs up very well against the Witch. Fuel Master definitely being a clutch card here. kind of forcing, going to be forcing the mono wild player to definitely trade up on something here. Just to take that Righteous Outlaw off the table, because that Righteous Outlaw will become dangerous next turn, being able to flip. So I imagine we're just coming across to the Field Master and Righteous Outlaw. Again, just trying to race. Okay, so that Righteous Outlaw will trade with the Witch of the Wishing Well. Ooh, this Palm is going to make these Jubilant Jousters definitely a force to be reckoned with. I like Palm in the Battle of Destiny here, being able to take out the Field Master and then get in for some big damage. Yep, this is definitely going to be a very powerful turn for the Mono Wild player. We're going to get the Pomegranate, Battle of Destiny, eat the Field Master, Fate Weave a Shard to the top, go ahead and champ power for that Shard. It's going to make these Jubilant Jousters fairly large. So we're gonna get to make these Jubilant Jousters 10-10s here with this Battle of Destiny. Which is gonna be huge. Definitely probably gonna go ahead and lock this game up here for the Battlestar player. Probably be too much for Manifesto to come back for, especially because these have Crush. So we're going to 2. Still no third shard drop for Manifesto. Very unfortunate, since we don't get to use this Pyre Strike now. Yep, so Manifesto's just going to go ahead and clean it up. Manifesto's suffering from a little bit of variance there, unfortunately. Mono Wild player definitely demonstrating the power of Jubilant Jouster, though. Just quickly turning 2 1-1s into 10-10s with Crush was definitely massive there. Too much for the Grandfather Elk deck just to kind of keep up with. So we'll go ahead and see who the winner is in Game 3. Mono Wild versus Ruby Wild Elk. OTK. Alright, on to game number 3 here. Tarna versus Manifesto. The Balthazar deck definitely showing some speed last game, being able to, like I said, just turn around very quickly and take his opponent down with a couple of Jubilant Jousters. Definitely impressive. Manifesto side of the table here isn't looking too good. I like Tarna's hand, though. We've got removal, we got a couple troops. Shards are a little slow, unfortunately. But we get a Fate Weave a second shard with that ice, giving us our turn to play. So I kind of like this keep. Manifesto, unfortunately, going down to 5 here. Looks like we're going to keep our 5. Fortunately, not looking like a very good 5 for the Grandfather Elk deck. It kind of has a hard time top decking back in. It is a stereotypical aggro deck. Alright, so we'll see the turn 1 ice. Probably Fate Weaving a Shard. Get in with the Bolt Spasm. Still bricking on the Grandfather Elk side of the table. Second ice. Not exactly ideal. However, we do get a Fate Weave another Shard to the top. We get to play our Witch of the Witching Well, which does trade with his Bolt Spasm. Alleviate a little bit of pressure. And next turn we'll be able to Jubilant Jouster. Set up for the Pomegranate play. Our opponent being only stuck on 1 chart, I think that's probably ideal. It just means we're going to maximize our damage output. Yep, so we're going to set up for the Pomegranate play here. I think we'll see the slow shard come down. I don't think there's any reason to play the fast shard. No, we're going to play the fast shard. Okay. We're going to save that coin to cycle here and draw some cards. I don't hate that line either. That's not a bad line at all. So we found our second shard. So I imagine we'll see the Righteous Outlaw come down here. Yep. Righteous Outlaw is going to get in for 2. On the Balancer side of the table, we're not even worried about this 2. We're just going to take it. We'll get a kill that next turn with the Battle of Destiny. Found a shard. So I think we're going to Pomegranate here. I imagine. We'll turn this Jubilant Jouster into a 10-10 again. Nope. Interesting. Okay. We're going to choose to play a little more conservative, generate a little bit of value. I still think we'll see the Battle of Destiny come down. You can't afford to see that or have that Righteous Outlaw on tap. Yep. So we'll see that come down. Probably Fate Weaving Gas. Deciding what we're Fate Weaving here. I'm pretty sure that we're Fate Weaving the gas at the top. Pretty sure we just want to be finding more action. We are going to go ahead and clean up that Righteous Outlaw with the Battle of Destiny. Get our Jubilant Jouster into the red zone. Turn to thinking long and hard what he wants here. So we'll see the Jubilant Jouster get into the red zone. 3 to face. Manifesto going to 19. We found another Shard of Manifesto side of the table, which means we do get to play this pack mule out. Oh, a little bit of a bug there. With that Jubilant Jouster. So I imagine we'll see Manifesto end up using this pile drive defensively here. Just trying to claw his way back into this. However, this Pomegranate is going to make this Jubilant Jouster a force to be reckoned with. Also potentially going to find some value off it with the Might Singer. We also have the Battle of Destiny here to try and clean up that pack mule. So I wonder if we'll see that come down here. We'll make Jubilant Jouster an 8-8. I'd like to see the... I think I'd like to see the Battle of Destiny come down here. Just clean up the pack mill, get in for max damage. Yep, which we're going to see. Probably Fate Weaving a Shard to the top. We'll see your Champ Power ripping that Shard. Making this Jubilant Jouster a 13-13. Coming across table 15. Which will put Manifesto down to 4. Putting him in a very... Putting Balthazar in a very good position to close this game out. Interesting to see what our opponent or what Turnu decides to take here. So we are going to Champ Power. Alright, so we are going to see the shard come down. Found an Acolyte off our Might Singer. Probably see the second Might Singer come down. And we'll get into the red zone here. 415. Ooh, we're holding our Might Singer back. Interesting choice here on the Balazar player's side. Opponent was tapped out, so I don't know how I feel about that. However, the Surging Wildfire or Wildlife is going to come, or sorry, Wildfire is going to come down. However, not going to be enough for these 7/7 Might Singers, and that is going to be it. Manifesto's seen enough. It's going to wrap it up. So Tarnu winning 2-1 that round with Mono Wild. Definitely an interesting deck. First Mono Wild I think I've seen played outside of ladder and in an actual event. Very interesting take on the ground. I definitely like it. Kind of looks like an Ollie build. So congratulations to Tarnu, going 3-0 into round 4. All right, here we are for game number 2 of round 3, match number 2. Sorry, we have Magic Duel Masters on Kaliak, probably Diamond Sapphire control, I'd imagine. Oh no, it looks like Mono Diamond. Interesting. Versus Magnus on Cassia Gold Knight. So we have a Candles versus Mono Diamond match. We have the new AA Wrath of Candles in hand and the new AA Scion. Or Wrath of Candles, sorry. Definitely some beautiful cards. See, both players leading off with Ice on 1. Kind of an interesting mono diamond Fate Weave deck by the looks of it. Still no Ruby Source though on Magnus' side of the field. That is going to cause him to stumble a little bit. So we're going to see Deathless Agent come down. We found a Ruby Source finally. Probably see the Acolyte come down. So we are going to see Illuminate come down, which does trade, or which does block this Deathless Agent efficiently if we don't have the Fate Weave. However, we do have the Guidance in hand, but we also have the Deathless Agent, or no, sorry, not Deathless Agent. Just going to pass. Okay. Interesting. Illuminate getting in. Getting in the red zone. We are going to Frost Blast it. Okay. Scion coming down. So we're going to see the Snow Puffin come down here. Not Frostborn. We picked up a Flamewick. That Flamewick is going to be able to take care of the Deathless Agent and enlarge our candle here to get in. Actually not quite. However, I still like the idea of Flamelicking the Deathless Agent, making 3 candles with it, and then being able to Wrath Elementals of Snow Puffin. And being able to get in for 3 with the Scion and Candlekin. I like that. Which it looks like it's going to be the play here. We'll go ahead and Wrath of Elementals the Snow Puffin. So we are going to see Scion and the Candlekin get into the red zone here. Kind of not looking too good for the Fate Weave deck here at this point. Oh no, we're not going with Scion. Okay. Worried about a removal spell. I imagine we'll see the... No, we're going to Guidance. Okay. Okay. So I imagine we'll see the... what's the name of this card? Sorry, Threads of Life come down here. Probably reviving a Deathless Agent. No, we're going to play the Deathless Infiltrator out. Okay. Set up blocker. We'll have a 2/6. Or sorry, a 4/4. My bad, it's +2 attack. With flying. Finding a Counter Crush, though, is going to clean up that Deathless Infiltrator and allow us to get in for some massive damage here. Which is what we're going to see. Candle's definitely just doing work here. Winter's Grass coming down. And that is going to be it for the Mono Diamond player. Ruby Diamond Candles. Overcoming Mono Diamond. Definitely 2 interesting builds. Alright, so here we are. Game number 2. Magic Duel Masters versus Magnus. Oh. I might have clicked on the wrong game. Looks like I clicked on the wrong game. So, Kaliak Magic Duel Masters must have won game number 2. My bad. Long day at work. So we have Ruby Diamond Candles on the play. Kind of a slower hand. A little more of a budget build by the looks of it. We also have Magic Duelist going into Guidance. Okay. Mono Diamond deck, not a very fast hand. A little slower. You see a Shard Call probably generating a second Diamond Source. It'll be interesting to see how the Mono Diamond deck answers this Wings of Wax. Alright, we picked up a Lady Wax, so we have the Deathless Agent on board. We will see the Bright Flame Paladin come down, which is going to stand up to the Deathless Agent quite nicely. Unless we can find some way to Fate Weave here on Kaliak's side of the table, which we don't. Decide not to play the ice, interesting. Just decide to pass. Holding up removal here. So I imagine we'll see a swing with his Bright Flame Paladin. No reason not to. Frost Blast coming down. Gonna take care of that Blight Flame Paladin. I imagine we'll probably see the ice and hold up our Wax down here. Kaliak probably Fate Weaving some gas. So we'll probably see the ice. Nope, we're just gonna Wax down right away. Okay. So we're gonna see the Righteous Exorcist come down. That is gonna pump itself up. Righteous, ooh, that Deathless Age is definitely getting big. Gonna get into the red zone here, and the Candle deck facing down a 4/4 life drain. Definitely gonna be tougher to beat. We do have this Blaze of Glory though, so we can answer it. We also have the ability to just go Lady of Wax and kind of ignore it. However, I do like going Wings of Wax here into Initiate. Just getting into the red zone. Nope, we are going to see the Blaze of Glory come down and take care of that Righteous Exorcist. This Candle's getting into the red zone here. 4 to face. Kaliak 21. Magus at 2. Or 22. Just going to hold the Deathless Agent back here. Hold up some removal. Ooh, we found a Flame Barrage. So I imagine we'll see the Wings of Wax come down now. Just kind of dodge over this Deathless Agent. Just keep getting in. Nope, we're going to see the Lady of Wax. Okay. So we'll probably make our Candles 3/3s here. Yep, looks like that's going to be the play. We'll get into the red zone with them. Nope, we aren't going to get to the red zone. Scared of removal. Not sure what we're fearing there, but we decided to pass. Deathless Infiltrator is going to be coming down. It's going to make our 2 blockers here fairly large. Candles are going to have to face down 2 4/4s. So we find a Ruin Condescence. Candescence, sorry. So I imagine we'll see the Wings of Wax come down here. Yep. We'll probably make our candles 4/4s. Let's just Flame Barrage on. Flame Barrage still on 2. Make our candles 5/5. Come across, get into the red zone. And that is going to be it for Kaliak. Kaliak's seen enough. Candles 2-1. Magnus moving on. Alright, guys. This is our first match of round 4. Both these players are 3-0, battling for that 4-0 slot. So we have Shiri on the Mage on Cassia Gold Knight. Looks like Ruby Diamond Candles. Facing off against Stoutlegon on what looks to be Ruby Sapphire Sockets. Our 2 aggro decks of the format. So Shirion taking a maul there. Hand is not looking too ideal. We got a couple pieces of removal. Flame Wick's alright. We can Fate Weave into the Shard, so we're going to keep that one. I mean, Zalgan's hand looks great. We've got Rune Mine, we've got our Altar, we've got our turn 2 MC. We get Fate Weave some gas with that Shard. That looks like it's going to be a keep. Shooting on the mage, we're going to start off with an ice. Probably Fate Weaving into the shard. Ooh, unfortunately we found another ice. That is going to make this hand fairly slow for the Cassie player. I imagine, yeah, so we'll see this turn 2 altar. Turn 2 altar is going to be tough to beat with Cassie holding opening such a slow hand here. Cheering on the mage, definitely going to have to do... Hope the top of his deck is good to him. Doesn't look like it, however, we do get to get this Acolyte of Flame in play. So we will get some aggression in play here. Yeah, so the Acolyte's going to come down. Probably Fate Weaving, Gas, I'd imagine. Or I could see a shard off that ice. So the turn 2 MC is going to come down. Found a shard, which is going to help us get into our Dark Heart sooner, which Dark Heart is going to be very good against Candle's deck. Holding up Runebind 2 here is going to be very good. Be able to protect our MC from any sort of removal. So I think we're going to see probably a... I imagine we're probably just going to see the Scion come down here. Just kind of ignore this MC for now. Get in with their Acolyte. We don't really care if they trade the MC with their Acolyte. I think that's where we need to be. And then next turn we can worry about throwing a piece of removal at it. We do have the Flame Look to clean it up. Yep, so we are going to get in the red zone with the Acolyte. We are going to see the Scion come down. That Scion will probably be taken out by a Runebind here. This MC is going to get into the red zone. Warp Steel is going to find another Runebind. So we now have another Runebind to protect this MC. I imagine that's probably what we're going to be doing. Yep. We found a Wax Dawn. I still think... Well, we could Wax Dawn here into Flamewick. I do like that play. It'll make our Flame Barrage be able to remove... Nope. We're just going to go ahead and Flame Barrage a Warp Steel. Yep. And Flame Barrage a Depth Crawler. Interesting. Or are we gonna Flame Barraging the Depth Crawler or the MC? Nope, so we're Flame Barraging the MC. So we are gonna see that Runebind come on that MC. Depth Crawler and Acolyte will trade. This Dark Heart is going to be very good. We found another shard, so we get to get the MC back. Unfortunately, we're going to lose our altar to this, but I think this Dark Heart is just going to be, yep, that's going to lock it up for the Candle player. Dark Heart is definitely too hard for the Candles to beat on 2 cards in hand. So, Sockets, taking it over Candles game 1. Alright, here we are for game number 2. Shuri on the Mage versus Sout Algon. Shuri on the Mage on the place. Candle stumbling a little bit to the Ruby Sapphire Socket deck game 1 there. Unfortunately, the Candle deck did have to take them all. Again, hand is not looking fantastic. However, if we are able to Fate Weave a fast shard off the top of the deck with this ice, a fast Ruby shard, our hand definitely will be great. We are going to risk it to get the biscuit, so we are going to keep it here. Ooh, interesting tech in the Sockets deck here against the Candle deck. Quarters of the World. Very interesting. Shard of Innovation. Definitely not a bad hand on the Socket side of the table. Ooh, so we did get the fast Ruby shard. So we are going to see the Rune of Candescence come down. Runic Contestant, sorry. So I imagine, yeah, we'll see the Exalted Professor come down here. Ooh, we found a Choir. Fortunately, still missing shard drops. However, this Acolyte of Flame is going to be able to come down. We'll start to go wide here. We'll take down that Choir. Take it slow. So I imagine we'll probably see the Quenchy come down here. Quench blocks favorably right now against the candles. Also, it's going to get our banner up so we can get moving faster. Yeah, so we're going to see the Quenchinator come down. Probably hold the Exalted Professor back here. Exalted Professor currently blocks pretty well against his Candlekin. Ooh, we picked up a Wrath of Elementals though. It'll be interesting to see what line our Cassia player decides to take here. Oh, looks like we are going to hold up the Return to Cinders. We're going to play the defensive line. Sabretooth probably taking out a candle by the looks of it. Nope, we're going to go ahead and take out the Acolyte. And rip the banner. There's the Verdict. Verdict pretty good against candles. Nope, the Runic Condensance is going to come down. Choir down to 4 now. See the Acolyte come down. We'll get into the red zone. Bringing Sockets down to 21. We are going to see the Dark Heart come down here, though. Dark Heart, once again, going to be very tough for the candles to deal with. However, we do have that Choir live. Choir not going to be able to get our candles up to as big. However, we could... we do have the Wrath of Elementals here to clean up the Dark Heart, actually. Wrath of Elementals definitely coming in clutch here. We'll get into the red zone. Putting our Sockets player down to 5. Not looking good for the Sockets player here. This Corners of the World isn't going to be good enough. Interesting that he decided to show him Corners of the World there. Definitely interesting. Metamorphose, still not going to get him where he needs to be. And that is going to be it. Candles getting a swift victory in Game 2 there, fighting back. Taking it to Game 3. We'll see which one of these players are able to 3-0 this, or sorry, 4-0 this league and get that triple AA Quenchinator and double, or sorry, triple Dead of Winter pack. Alright guys, here we are. Game number 3. Shiri on the Mage versus Selgon. Battling for that 4-0. Who's going to walk away? The Sockets player hand, we have an Eyes of the Heart. Interesting, it looks like we have the combo, looks like we're playing the combo Sockets deck here. We're going to keep it. Versus what looks to be like a very decent candle hand. Kind of agree to keep on the Socket side of the table. However, the double Runebind is going to hold us in this. Oh, we are hitting shard drops though. Heartstorm Crawler coming down. Blocks very good against the Candlekin Troop right now. So I imagine we'll probably see the Fast Shard here and drop the Acolyte. Oh, no. We're just going to... yeah, we're going to see a Cinder come down on that Heartstorm Crawler. Okay. Still, the Sonic's player hand, Selvagon's hand, they're looking pretty slow, especially when we get the Wax Dawn coming down here into the Wings of Wax. No, we're gonna play the Acolyte. Okay. Gonna choose not to Wax Dawn there. Here's the Ruby Ice. Probably find some gas off that. Not gonna use the Primordial Saber to take out a candle. Interesting. So see the Wings of Wax. Get in the red zone for 3. Verdicts to pick up. Think now you're gonna have to start using some of your removal. Probably have to burn down a... Yeah, so it looks like we're gonna burn down a Candlekin here. I'm gonna hold up 2 Rune Binds. Take the 4 here. Sentry coming down. Sentry not looking too good against this current board though, unfortunately. However, we are going to have the Verdict here to line up with the EOT Wax Dawn here. Oh no, we're going to see Wrath Helm let this come down. Try and bait the counter. If you're on the socket side of the table, you're letting this resolve. Not going to see that Wax Dawn come down. Very interesting. Definitely fearing a counterspell here. Very conservative on here on the mage's side of the field. But the Sockets isn't really doing anything to recover from this. Sockets kind of... The deck is not being fair to them right now. Not really drawing what they need to draw off the top of the deck. Nope, still no Wax Dawn coming down. We have 3 Wax Dawns in hand. We weren't willing to burn one. Interesting. So we'll see the swing. Get in for 4. Not looking good for Selvagon though. Down to 8 already. This is all the Professor. Still not looking good against his candles. Ooh. We're gonna have to see a Runebind on that Wax Dawn here. Very interesting that we decided to try and Verdict the Cinder. Keeping that Exalted Professor on board wasn't really winning him the game at this point. He was just trying to stabilize against his Candlekin. Here's the Guidance. So we'll have a Wax Dawn come down. I imagine we'll have the second Wax Dawn come down. And that'll close out the game here. Nope, we're just gonna rip the removal spell, and that is gonna be it. Shirion the Mage going 4-0. Cleaning up Selvagon on sockets. Congratulations to Shirion the Mage on 4-0ing this week's result. All right, this is going to be our last match of the evening. Again, we have two players that are 3-0. Tarno we saw at the beginning of earlier on there against Manifesto on Mono Wild Balthazar versus Out of Step on another Haraza deck, so it looks like probably sockets. Both players battling for that 4-0 Swiss, that 4-0 record. Looking for those quenches, looking for those packs. A little bit of delay here. There we go. Tarno's hand looking pretty good. Just missing that third shard drop, which I guess Dread Harvest fine. So no, Tarno's hand looking pretty good. Interesting. We're gonna go with the Witch of the Wishing Well in one. Okay, very aggressive. Out of Step's hand looking very good too. We're gonna go with the turn one Sentry here. Double MC is gonna be looking very good in this match. So I imagine we'll see Witch of the Witching Well get in here. Probably blocked by the Sentry, but we'll get the trigger off. Shuffle back one of these Might Singers. Nope. So we are going to see Might Singer come down. No swing with the Witch of the Wishing Well. Interesting. Not going to shuffle away the other Might Singer. Probably looking to get double value out of it. We are going to see the second Sentry come down. Interesting. Going to choose to hold the Runebind here. Ooh, we found a Commander Prompt. Very interesting mono wild deck on turn new side of the table here. I don't know how you pronounce that, but on the Balthazar. We are going to see the second Might Singer come down with the coin. Fortunately, we're going to miss both triggers in the Might Singers. That feels bad. I imagine we'll see the altar come down here. Or we might decide to shoot down one of these Might Singers with the Sabertooth here. Nope. Looks like we're just gonna pass. Okay. So see the Runebind come down. Kind of slow down his tempo here. We do have the Dread Harvest in hand though, so we do get to trigger that next turn. I imagine nope, still no swing. Interesting. Played pretty defensive on the mono wild side of the table here. And we did find a Quench in her, which means we do get to banner now. Looking pretty good for Out of Step here. We get a banner, we get to get into the red zone. Kind of slow on the mono wild side of the table here. A little too slow, looks like. Yeah, so Quench is going to come down. I think we're debating on altering there, but I think we're going to burn our removal here. Take out one of the Might Singers. Maybe a Witch of the Witching Well. Nope, we're just going to get into the red zone. with everything. Interesting that he decided not to play the altar there if he wasn't going to rip one of his removal spells. Very interesting. I kind of would have liked the card draw over just getting in. Or just trying to clear his, even just trying to clear his board. I kind of still like the card draw. So we are going to see a double block on one of the sentries. We're going to take out the Quenchinator. So Paladins are down to 10, and we are going to see the Sabertooth finish off the Mightsinger there. We are going to get a charge power here, so we'll see what we get off our charge power. However, we still don't have anything to take this MC off the board, and this MC is going to generate more advantage. Balthazar still is kind of going to get to, or going to be forced to play on the defensive side here. However, we will be able to chip in with a couple Dreadlings. Okay, a couple more. Still not looking too good on the mono wild side of the table here. Oh, yeah, man, we got prompt. We managed to hit prompt right. We managed to get the shard off our charge power. Okay. That prompt definitely swung this around. Prompt looking pretty good here now. Prompt definitely looking very good here. So just going to get in with the Dreadlings. Get in for 9. This Witch of the Wishing Well is definitely going to block very well versus this board. However, we did find a Blamsmith. Now, I don't think we have... No, we're one short on triggering that Blamsmith, unfortunately. However, we are going to get to draw a card off it. Okay, so we are going to choose to play the MC so we can trigger the Blamsmith here. Get into the red zone here with the MC and the Blamsmith. We are going to be forced to block one of these. The question is, well, are we blocking both, or are we throwing this prompt under the bus to take out this MC? I don't think that's the right play. I think the Witch of the Wishing Well, we're just throwing under one of them. Probably just the MC, I guess. We have the Battle of Destiny to clean up that MC next turn. However, that does put us dead on board. So we'll probably be forced to Wildlife here. Looks like that's going to be the case. Going to be forced to Wildlife on 3. Hope that we get some good hits off our Wildlife. Straddling isn't going to do much against this Hearthorn Caller. This 3-2 first or Swift Strike. So we are going to see the Wildlife on 3. Ooh, Rust-Tongue Lasher was a nice hit. So we are going to get to take out that MC. I think that's where we want to be right now against this board. I don't think there's merit to taking out the banner. Rust-Tongue was a great hit here. So we are going to see a block. Ooh, we found an MC off the top, though, into a Replipopper. Look at this. This Replipopper is going to be able to get in, too. That was definitely a big top. That's actually just going to end it. That Replipopper having flight just closes this game right out. Wow, the top deck. Very good top deck from out of step to close the game out. Very unfortunate for the mono wild player. Repliplopper, put in work. Mono wild player debating if there's anything he can do. Double checking, making sure he's not missing anything. But it looks like that Repliplopper is going to go ahead and close out this game. Yep, and that is going to be it. Out of step, taking game 1. Repliplopper coming in clutch there. What a spicy card that is. Alright, so we're back for game number 3. Mono Wild on the play again. Looks like we have a much more aggressive hand here. Jubilant Jouster we saw earlier putting in work. Wonder how to fare against the socket decks. Looks like Outstep's side of the field, or Outstep's hand is a little slow. Gonna decide to keep it though. Ooh, we got a Primordial Silverback. That's spicy. Jubilant Jouster's gonna be coming down. Hopefully we find a fast shard off the top of our library so we can go Pivot Pal into Shard. Socket's side of the table though looking kind of slow. Decided maybe that was a misplay that we didn't play the Sapphire Shard there. Not sure why we played the second Ruby Shard. Might have been a misplay. 3 Pomegranates in hand though. Wow, that's gonna make this Jubilant Jouster deadly. On top of that, we have the Primordial Silverback. So we are going to see the turn 3 Animus. She's coming out there. We found a Brosy, okay. Jubilant Jouster is definitely going to get in for a ton of damage here. So we'll see the charge power. Hopefully we hit a shard. We didn't. Ooh, we found a Nature's Rain though. That does answer this Animus. Yeah, being able to answer this Animus and getting in for 6 here is going to be huge. Going to put the Balazar player definitely really far ahead. We aren't going to see the Nature's Rain come down. Interesting. I don't know how much I like this play. You kind of just gave your Sockets player the ability to pump up his team and just come right into this. Definitely a bit of a misplay here on the Mono Wild side of the table. Now we're going to... Okay. Interesting. However, we are going to get to double Pomegranate here. Which is... Oh, no. Sorry. We are only going to get to Palm once. Because we played the Might Singer. So we're going to get in for 10. However, out of step pretty low. Gonna have to play a bit of defense here, considering how dangerous this Jubilant Jouster is. And this Might Singer is now going to become a 7/7. On top of that, we also have the Primordial Silverback in hand. I think all this crush power is just going to be too much. I think we're just going to crush right over top of the Mono Wild, over the Socket's troops here. Yep, looks like that is going to be the case. Jubilant Jouster and Might Singer are just closing this game out. That is going to be it. Mono Wild, Balazar, taking game 2 by Swift Force. And that's it. Definitely interesting how much work that Jubilant Jouster and Might Singer put in. Alright. Here we are back for game number 3 for all the marbles. Both players battling for that 4-roll spot. Interesting hand on out of step side. A little shard heavy, but we do have double ice, so we can find some gas. On Bowser's side, again, a bit of a slower hand, but we do have the ice, so we can find some gas here if we need to. Which we do find a pomegranate. We are going to opt to go with the turn 1 witch. Which we found removal for. Nope, so we are going to play the Indigo Trickster. Does line up against the witch very well. Be interesting to see if we decide to swing with this witch here to get the trigger. If we want to shuffle this prompt away or not. Whew. So we'll definitely be seeing this ice come down, I think. Fit with some gas. Nope, we're going to opt to cycle the coin. Yep, so we are going to choose a cycle of coin. Interesting. I wonder if we're still going to swing it with this witch or we're going to keep this prompt. At the same time, though, we might not want to risk the Indigo Trickster getting in and removing one of our cards. Yeah, so we're going to decide to hold the witch back. Nice pickup here, Sentry. Sentry's going to be good. Oh, we are going to see the removal spell. Ooh, and we sniped the prompt. Very nice. Very nice. That is definitely going to cripple the mono wild player's hand here. Still struggling to find gas here too. I imagine we'll probably see the fast shard come down here, and we'll probably root the pomegranate. Then we can champ power. We can dig a little bit. Oh no, we'll be one short of champ powering. Sorry. Yep. So we are gonna ramp, hoping hopefully the top of the deck will be good to our mono wild player here. Opting not to run out the sentry and the blacksmith. Interesting. Ooh, still bricking on shards. This is very unfortunate for a mono wild player. So we are going to see an ice come down, try and guarantee some gas here. We did find a Might Singer. That's a start. We can start crawling our way back into this. This Might Singer is going to turn into a 7/7 here. Hopefully it'll find us some value too. We do have the old Fate Weave Might Singer play here. Found a palm too. So I think what I would like to see, I'd like to see this Fate Weave shard come down first. Guarantee something on the top of your library, see if you can grab it with Might Singer. Yeah, which looks like it's going to happen. Oh, we were one shard off of, because we played our other shard, right? A little punish there for playing that Ruby Wild shard. There we found a witch. Which means we are going to be, well, we're not quite at the point where we're forced to block, but still not looking good for a mono wild player. Ooh, and we have the banner here. The banner is probably going to seal the deal here. We're going to see the blacksmith come down. Nope, we're going to opt to not play the blacksmith. Nope, we opted to not play the blacksmith. Not sure what we're playing around here, but mono wild player unfortunately is just going to be too slow here by the looks of it, because he is at the point where he's forced to block, I believe. Let me think. 8. Yep, is at the point where he's forced to block. Sides is going to take a bit of a greedier block. Very unfortunate the way we flooded this game. Doesn't look like this Might Singer is going to be good enough. Oh, looks like we might get one more turn. Again, both players a little punished for their misplays here. I believe Out of Step had nothing to play around, and I believe we should have ran that Blamsmith out. Would have literally would have been lethal or forced our opponent to take worse blocks. However, now he's giving his opponent a chance to get back into this. Though this Blamsmith coming down as a 6-6 is going to be pretty good, but that Might Singer is going to be a 12-12 next turn. Going to be pretty hard for this Sockets deck to get around. I know the Might Singer has to play pretty, or sorry, the Mono Wild deck has to play pretty slow at this point. Ooh, and we hit a Wildlife. I would like to see a Wildlife for 4 here. Definitely going to bring the Mono Wild player back into this with the Wildlife for 4. Yep, so that's going to be the play. Some decent hits, but it's definitely going to stabilize. Means we can probably get into the red zone with these Might Singers. I'd imagine we're getting in with it. Oh, no, we can't. We can't, because if he blocks with Blamsmith, he dies. Yeah. So we can't get into the red zone here, unfortunately. We're going to have to pass. Oh, so he's going to take it. Not good. Unfortunately, that is going to be GG. Mono Wild player making a slight misplay there. Decided he was going to get in when he shouldn't have. Blamsack gonna clean this game up. So we're gonna have Out of Step going 3-0. Or sorry, 4-0. And Tarnu is unfortunately gonna end up being 2-1. Or 3-1, sorry. I'm getting a little tired. End of the night. Long day at work. And we're just gonna see the pass here. And that is going to be it. Blamsack is going to clean the game up. Out of Step, 4-0ing. Tarnu, unfortunately, ending up being 3-1. That is going to be it. Alright, guys, we'll head over to your standings. You have your 4-0s are X-Vice, Sheeran the Mage, Out of Step. Congratulations to those 3 players on 4-0ing tonight. And congratulations to everybody else. And thank you, everybody else, for participating. It was a good Vault night. And thanks everybody coming and hanging out tonight. I appreciate it. It wasn't my first time casting by myself. I've been usually casting with a partner because I enjoy it more. You kind of have, you know, somebody else to add their different point of views. It makes it a little more interesting. You know, I was a little bland tonight. Like I said, I'm a little tired. It was a pretty tough day at work, so I do apologize about that. But once again, guys, thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night there. If you guys have any suggestions on me improving my casting, since I am practicing to be casting vaults in the, or sorry, bashes in the future here, with Traxum, let me know. Biznatch, this is the vault. This is the Arcanum vault. But yeah, let me know, guys. You can go ahead and message me on Twitch, hit me up on Twitter, or on my YouTube channel. You can find me in Discord. But that's gonna be it for me tonight, guys. Once again, thanks for hanging out. My name is Mustache Magic. If you missed this video or you only caught half the stream and you'd like to catch the full stream, it will be up on both my YouTube channel and the Prismatic Guild official YouTube channel. So look for that. Once again, guys, thanks for hanging out. My name is Mustache Magic. Have yourself a good night.